Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to another Watson Reviews, and this time we're focusing on La La Land. Now I understand this has obviously been out a week already in Britain and it's been out even longer in America, but I did watch it basically as soon as it came out, but I got a little bit ill last weekend and I had work during the week as well, so it's kind of been the first time I've had both the energy and the time to do a recording for La La Land. Now, La La Land has a lot riding on it with me going in to see it now, because obviously it's been out in America. I'd already seen the buzz for it, I'd already seen all the reviews for it, or at the very least seen all the 5-star reviews for it, and obviously seen all the awards going towards it before I'd even sat down and watched it, because it's, like I said, it only just came out here last week. But I can say that it did live up to it. Now obviously so far the reviews on this channel have been a little bit sporadic. I'm going to be reviewing more films more often here, and with a film like La La Land, there's not going to be a split. In the future, for things like, particularly the comic book films, I'm going to be trying to split into spoiler and non-spoiler reviews. It hasn't worked out the past couple of times I've done that, but things like these sort of normal films, as it were, there might be a little bit of spoilers. I'll try and avoid talking about actual plot points as much as I can, but I'll try and keep it as unspoiler as I can. It'll be sort of non-spoiler-ish. So, there we are. La La Land was a film I wasn't sure if I'm not like 100%, I'm not a 100% musical fan, put it that way. I don't particularly care anything about Broadway. I have no inclination to watch musicals, musical theatre anyway. I've no inclination to watch anything. I have no inclination to watch a musical, full stop, really. What drew me to La La Land in the first place is essentially the leads. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, I do adore them. They are in sort of the top 5 actor and actresses that I like to keep an eye on, essentially, and watch anything they do. However, that being said, there are a few musicals that I do enjoy. It kind of tends to be the more musicals with a twist, essentially, that I enjoy. Like Dr. Horrible Sing Along Blog is one of my favourite things of all time. So with that in mind, like I'm not against musicals. I'm just not a big fan of them in the first place. And what I understood of this film going in was not what it actually was. I'd somehow been misled by what I'd read. I'd heard that it was sort of. I heard that it was a sort of homage to the musical era back in the day, the golden era, as it were. Much in the way that the artist was a homage to silent films. This was a homage to musical films. Now, I never really understood the fuss about the artist. I understand the fuss about La La Land. I understand the fuss about La La Land entirely. It is a fantastic film. Now, from what I saw, I read an article about sort of the 5 films that entered the top 250 on IMDb, and La La Land is at the top. La La Land has a 9.1 at the time of that article being written. 9.1 rating on the IMDb, and ended up at 23rd on IMDb's films of all time. It's 23rd best film of all time on IMDb right now, or at least when that article was written. I can sort of see that, and I've been having this discussion, and I might have a discussion video going up on this channel about this. But there's sort of been just discussion going around at work. I work in a cinema. Discussion going around. Well, I still started, but going around at work. In 30 years' time, what films will we look back and hold in the same light as that we currently sort of hold things like Shawshank Redemption, things like Godfather? What kind of films that are coming out in this past sort of few years that in 30 years' time we will hold in the same regard as those classics? Now, again, I don't really see the fuss about Godfather, but unpopular opinion. But I understand the fuss about Shawshank though, and The Usual Suspects. They're both great films. But I didn't really enjoy Godfather too much. But that's by the by. I think La La Land is going to be one of those films. La La Land is definitely going to be one of those films. It is great. it's a fantastic. It's an absorbing watch. I think it's about 2 hours long. And you don't realise it's been 2 hours until like the last 5 minutes, where you get the actual ending. Because the ending, I'm going to say it now, the ending is the only negative point in my mind. And the ending is the only thing that stops it being one of my favourite films of all time. The ending is the only reason why it's not entering like on my top 20 films of all time. By the way, if you have not checked it out, check out the website called flickchart.com. Check it out. It's a great way of ranking your film, the films that you've seen, into an actual order, so you can definitively say what your favourite films of all time are. The ending is what holds it back. I understand why they went with the ending they went with. I understand why they went with it. I understand the reasoning behind it. And if you've seen it, you probably understand where I'm coming from with this. I'm personally just not on board with it. I think they could have either gone away with being left it a little bit more open, or left it a little bit more shut, as it were. They kind of ended it in sort of a limbo way. Kind of gave you best of both worlds, and ended up being not good with either. I kind of wish they'd either gone fully sort of saccharine ending, or completely shut it out, or left it up to the viewer, left it with a Chuck ending, as it were, as I like to call it, after obviously the ending of the television series Chuck. I kind of wish that if they'd gone with the way that they'd set it up, the ending, I kind of wish they'd gone with a more ambiguous ending, because it kind of appears to be one concrete ending and one potential ending, and I wish they'd left it more ambiguous, rather than the way they actually did do it. But like I said, it's the last 5 minutes, and that's the only thing that stops it being a favourite film, like top 20 favourite films of mine. Doesn't stop it being a 5-star film. Does not stop it being a 5-star film. I'll still give it 5 out of 5 stars for the remaining 1 hour 55. Like I said, I understand the ending. The fact is, it feels a little bit rushed as well. The ending. There's not a lot. I think the issue is the ending feels undeserved as well. There's not a lot in the film that indicates that's how it would end as well. So there doesn't seem to be any reasoning if they sort of they hadn't really sowed any seeds to explain that ending in the film. But that's my only negative point. The film is great. The leads are fantastic. Of course they're fantastic. Like, frankly, Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling could sit down for 2 hours and just read a dictionary to each other, and it would still be an engrossing watch, in my opinion. Their chemistry is tried and tested. There was no way in hell they were if they somehow managed to mess up a relationship on screen between Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, that would have been one of the biggest fails in history, because their chemistry is tried and tested. Crazy Stupid Love is a film that if you haven't seen, do watch it, because Crazy Stupid Love is the first. Crazy Stupid Love is actually one of my top 20 films of all time, anyway, for me. And it kind of, I'd already seen the two other films where they played, romantically involved people, but. And the other one being Gangster Squad. Now, Gangster Squad isn't a great film in its own right. It's not a particularly brilliant film, and they don't really get as much to do in that as they do in Crazy Stupid Love, and obviously nowhere near as much as they get to do in La La Land. But the chemistry is there. So yeah, they did mess that up. Obviously, thank God. But Ryan Gosling plays a character a little bit more along the lines of his Crazy Stupid Love character. Now, he's not a Lothario, don't get me wrong in that respect, but in terms of humour, he brings a little bit. People are surprised by sort of Ryan Gosling's ability to do humour. Clearly, having watched Crazy Stupid Love, which came out about 2011, was it? Something like 6 years ago now, something like that. So maybe even further back than that. Lars and the Real Girl. slightly comedic, I guess. So yeah, people are surprised by Ryan Gosling's capability of doing comedy. Clearly haven't watched Lars and the Real Girl or Crazy Stupid Love, where he's brilliant in both. But again, Emma Stone obviously a little bit more pedigree in the comedy side of things, and a little bit less surprise there. And obviously there's no surprise to their chemistry together. There's no surprise to their ability to handling the dramatic aspects of the film. There's no surprise in anything. They're basically just being Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling at the top of their games, and they deserve the awards that they're getting for the film. Frankly, and the film deserves the awards that the film is getting as well. The film is well plotted, it's well directed, it's well edited. The setup, the first setup is quite well set up as well. I enjoy that. Enjoy the way it's set up. There's a scene, and it's not a spoiler, there's a scene, but where they sort of meet again, and he's being part of an 80s tribute band essentially, and I would watch 2 hours of him just playing 80s music. 80s music is kind of where my heart is music-wise. That's kind of style of music. But that was such a. Oh yeah, that's one of the things. People were surprised by how Ryan Gosling can sing. He sings briefly in Blue Valentine, but yeah, people don't seem to realise that Ryan Gosling has a band of his own. It's called Dead Man's Bones, I think. But yeah, Ryan Gosling can sing. People are surprised by that. Yes, they can sing. Emma Stone can sing. I was actually more surprised by Emma Stone can sing. I didn't realise she'd already done Broadway. By that point, I was actually more aware of Ryan Gosling's singing ability than Emma Stone, despite the fact that Emma Stone is probably actually better well known. So yeah, I kind of didn't realise that. But the singing is fine. The singing is great. The songs are pretty dang good, to put it in a slightly weird way. But the songs are pretty good. The one thing I will say about the songs is the first hour, the first sort of 40 minutes, the first third of the film has more songs in it than sort of the second 2/3 put together. The pacing of the songs is a little bit weird. You kind of get song, then about an hour of drama, song, and then a couple more songs. And yeah, it feels like you kind of get. It kind of feels like it's just like song, 5 minutes, song, 5 minutes, song, 5 minutes, song, and then you get a lot more gap between the songs after that. And it doesn't. I mean, in fairness, you don't really notice it. It's not something I even really thought about until the film ended. Like, oh yeah. You kind of almost forget it is a musical. Partway through the film, there's like that much gap in songs. Or at the very least, the musical pieces feel so organic into the film that it doesn't even feel like a musical anyway. But then they kind of get. Oh, City of Stars is one of the best. I think City of Stars is probably one of the best musical songs of all time. I really enjoy City of Stars as a song. In all the variations that it appears in the film, there's no bad version of it in the film. And just to minor plot point spoiled here, but at one point Ryan Gosling joins a band, and I would buy all the albums for that fictional band. I would buy all the fictional albums for that. I would buy all the albums from that fictional band. The one song that they only hear them play one song in the entire film. This fictional band that he joins. But by God, that's a catchy song. I will watch it. But in terms of the film, watch it if you get the opportunity. Watch it if you're even the vaguest. If you have the vaguest inkling that you might enjoy it, watch it. You don't need to be a fan of musicals to enjoy it. The musical, like I said, the musical parts of this film kind of feel organic. It's not like they just stop and then sing. If like one of the early ones is a little bit like that, but the rest of them kind of feel a little bit more organic than that one. So yeah, The music feels it's more of a tribute to. It's a tribute to music. It's a tribute to music. And it's a tribute to jazz as well. I kind of feel like a little bit like Emma Stone's character, that I feel a little bit more. Favourably towards jazz as a result. I didn't hate jazz in the first place, but I feel a little bit more favourably towards jazz than I did when I went into the film, which I think is part of the. I feel more favourably towards musicals and I feel more favourably towards jazz, and I think that's the main point of the film. That's the main aim of the film, in a way, is to make people remember and enjoy these almost forgotten arts, as it were. And the film does go to great lengths to sort of express that point, especially that point of maybe jazz has fallen out of favour, it's fallen out of the public eye, and jazz has a purpose. There's a purpose to jazz, and maybe jazz does need a little bit of a reinvention to get back into the mainstream, but it still has a purpose. So, and I think it achieved that, if I'm honest. I find myself maybe wanting to listen to a bit more jazz. I don't know if I will, but I found myself wanting to. I don't know if I'll ever get around to it, because that's the kind of person I am, but yeah, great performances all round. I mean, it is essentially a two-man show. Like the next billed person in the film is only in it for about 10 minutes, probably total tops, but it is essentially a two-man show, and it is very well held. And if you're going to give a two-man show to two people, you make it two people with as great chemistry as Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, and they deserve all the awards. So, yeah, 5 stars for me. If I was to bother with ratings and these things, I would give it 5 out of 5 stars. But generally the way I do these things is say, go watch it. It's well worth the watch. So yeah, that's it from me. I will see you again at some point soon, but for now, ta-ra.